It is night. Cosmo and Timmy are implied to be standing in Timmy's room. The background is blank.
So Timmy, how was your first day of school?
Horrible. I'm taking AP Literature this year, and oh brother, it sucks. There's too much work. I'm surrounded by eggheads that analyze literature for fun, and there's homework on the first day of school.
What you're going through must be so hard. It must suck more than when Wanda and I got divorced. I feel so bad for you.
Yup. I'm glad you understand. Anyway, I wish that I could cheat in my AP Lit class.
One wish coming up. Oh yeah, I forgot, wishes for cheating aren't allowed.
Darn it. I'm panicking. What am I going to do now?
Well, you could actually learn studying techniques and put effort into the AP Literature class.
That's stupid. Nobody wants to do that.
A lot of things are stupid in this world. Our existence is stupid, the universe is irrational and meaningless, and our futile search for purpose in this senseless universe causes us to suffer immensely. I used to suffer deeply because I kept trying to assign meaning to the events happening in my life that I had no control over. Wanda left me for Wandissimo because he's tall, dark, and handsome, knows how to operate a microwave, and can be trusted around children.
What do you mean you can't be trusted around children?
It's not my fault I can't be enough for her. And she even took Poof, even though I gave birth to him, and won't let me see my kid.
Cosmo sobs silently.
You seem emotionally unstable, and that makes me very uncomfortable. Fine, I wish you would teach me studying techniques and give me advice for AP Lit.
One wish actually coming up.
Cosmo raises his fairy wand again, the magic lighting up and processing. Timmy and Cosmo are transported into a classroom setting, with a real background.
Whoa, cool. We have a real background now.
Background? What are you talking about?
The background was all white before.
Background? What are you talking about? The first tip for AP Lit is to read. Now, I know this sounds like a no-brainer, but seriously. Read from many different sources to expose yourself to different ways English is used. Read Old English like Shakespeare, modern novels, poetry, casual blog articles, fanfiction. It will help you become familiar with the Western canon and the different ways English is used.
But I hate reading.
Then why did you choose to take AP Literature?
Because I want to earn college credit and not be buried in student debt until I'm 30.
Okay, fair point. But if you hate reading, there are countless free audiobooks you can listen to online. Plus, you can do other things while listening to them. I listened to the entirety of Crime and Punishment while watching Poof.
Thank God that's the reason Wanda said you can't be trusted around children.
What? Anyway, the second tip is to practice writing for the FRQs. On the day of your AP exam, you'll have to write 3 essays in the span of 2 hours. To prepare, you can find AP prompts online to answer, and College Board will also provide real student essays that scored highly so you can compare yourself to them and improve.
You want me to become one of those eggheads that write literary analysis essays for fun?
Yes.
Just tell me the next tip.
The third tip is
I apologize for the intrusion, but Poof has left his beloved Binky here.
Poof, I've missed you so much. You have the nerve to show up here after stealing my woman and child.
Poof, my friend, please do not be spurned by the fact Wanda chose me over you. I simply have that effect on women. After all, I am tall, dark and handsome, know how to operate a microwave, and can be trusted around children. I just am better than you at most things.
Oh yeah. Well then why don't you take over and help out Timmy here with surviving AP Lit if you're so perfect?
Very well then. I have never taken an AP class before. But I would approach it the way I do with most things. I would rip off my shirt. And anyone involved in this AP literature business would give me full points.
I can't do that, I'm 10.
Okay, if shirt ripping is out of the question, try a text ripping. When you read texts, truly rip apart everything on the page. Read into everything, for everything has a reason. Look at me, for example, I am the stereotypical Latin lover trope, a borderline racist depiction of a macho Mexican, and my muscles are bigger than Cosmo's head.
Hey.
But Timmy, you must see past initial appearances. I am depicted this way as a reason. Writers put us into randomness. You cannot only perceive my surface appearance because there is always a reason why my appearance is so.
That sounds like a stretch. Can't I just have brown hair because I have brown hair?
Point taken. Yes, sometimes one just has brown hair because they have brown hair, or muscles because they use steroids. Not me of course, but most of the time there is a reason behind an object or person's appearance. You can tell if the object or person represents something deeper if other characters are affected by its appearance or if there is a fixation on its description. For example, I often talk about my gargantuan muscles which make Cosmo insecure, therefore you could argue my muscles symbolize the masculinity Cosmo wishes he possessed an inferiority complex. And in doing this text ripping, you will get points for analysis.
That is surprisingly good advice.
Wow, Wandissimo. Was stealing Wanda and poop from me not enough for you? You had to steal my AP Literature Survival Tips show from me and my fairy godchild too?
You literally told me to help Timmy with surviving APP Elite.
Well then why don't you take over and help out Timmy here with surviving AP Lit if you're so perfect?
Don't tell me what I said or didn't say. I'm tired of people putting words into my mouth. You think you're better than me just because you have muscles?
Cosmo sobs silently.
I shall depart now. You seem emotionally unstable, and that makes me very uncomfortable. Goodbye Timmy, I wish you luck with your AP literature journey. Also, I don't know if anyone pointed this out, but why is Sarah stalked by Getty images floating around everywhere?
I stalked by Getty Images? What are you
talking about?
There are floating letters in this room that read, I stalk Getty Images. As if it is licensed by a corporate media company.
I stalk by Getty Images? What are you
talking about?
Okay, this is weird. Does no one else not say how this is weird? I shall go now.
Finally, he's gone. We're running out of time now, so I can only share one more tip.
Hasn't it only been about 7 minutes? Don't our episodes usually run for 11 minutes?
Episodes? What are you talking about?
You know how we're only conscious for about 11 minutes a day? Episodes? What are you talking about?
The final tip is to interact with the teacher and fellow students. AP Lit will be a lot easier if you talk to the people that can help you with it. It will be awkward at first, but who cares? Remember that the teacher's job is to help you and the other students are in the same boat as you. Ask them for help or help them, learn from everyone, yada yada yada.
Thanks for the advice, Cosmo. It was really helpful, but I just realized that I don't need any of it. While you were talking, I remembered that just because I can't wish to cheat in my AP Lit class, it doesn't mean I can't still wish for infinite money or superpowers or even free college if I wanted. My future is secured. I don't have to take this stupid egghead AP class.
Huh, looks like it all worked out for you. It sure sucks though, for the people watching this. They can't wish their way out of it.
The people watching this? What are you talking about?